Hey, how's it going, everybody? I trust that you guys are having a great day. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now guys, I'm only posting this video today because hopefully this may help somebody else out. I'm going to be doing front struts and lower control arms on the Impala. So the Dirty Max is just going to go ahead and stay outside for right now. Here's the parts that we're working with today. Lower control arm, front shock, front strut on the 2004 Impala. This is actually the 3.4 liter, but I mean it's going to correlate pretty much for anything at 3.8, 3.4. Since this is my beater car right here, I personally don't really care about brands or expensive or name brand types of parts. I just went on eBay and bought the cheapest front struts and lower control arms because, again, it's a beater. I don't really care. So yeah, this is what's silly about this though. So I went to Firestone to do an oil change because, to be honest with you, sometimes it's about time for me. So I know I don't change my own oil on my car. I do change my oil on my Duramax and my Tahoe because I definitely save money doing that. But when the oil change is only 20 something bucks, I don't really care. So it's a little bit easier for me. But anyways, you know, of course they're going to do their inspections and to mark it up to, you know, let the customer know what's wrong with the vehicle, what they find. So it looks like left front strut coil spring broken, and then lower ball joints bad for the forward control arm bushing. Looks like right front. So control arm on this side is bad, and then strut's bad on this side, control arm's bad on this side. So basically, guys, I just got a control arm, you know, with the bushings, with the pressed in ball joints. That way, everything, I mean, it's already there. It's cheap. That was only like 39 bucks, 38 bucks. So the grand total, if I would have said, yeah, guys, go ahead and fix it for me, because I took it in for an oil change, guys. That's basically all I did. Grand total for everything would be $1309, okay, for me to say, you know what, guys, go ahead and fix the car. So I spent 48 bucks for the strut, so we'll just say 50 bucks. I spent, you know, 40 bucks for the lower control arm, so that's $90. Okay, so basically once I do this job, that's going to save me a ton of money. All I need to do is take it back to them just to do an alignment. Guys, that's going to put me under $200 for the job. So this is always why it's a great idea that if you have the know-how and you understand how to turn a wrench, or you guys want to save some extra money, do this yourself, okay? You guys can absolutely, if I can do it, you can do it. Because I'm not a mechanic. It's just, I learned. This is how I do things, guys. Watch YouTube videos. YouTube certified. Okay, anyways, let's go ahead and get right to it. We got the wheel off, we can actually inspect what's going on here. So the lower control arm is oriented like this, just like that. Looks like the bushing is busted. They are absolutely correct. They said the lower ball joint, check that out, it's a little crushed. Yeah, it's blown. So yeah, they're correct. The bushing, the rear bushing right here doesn't look too bad. So we'll go ahead and replace that right now. We'll go ahead and start with this bolt first. This is going to be a 7/8, and I'll be putting a breaker bar on that one. Now there's an Allen bolt system, or an Allen key that you're going to need for the bottom. Okay guys, so next we're going to go ahead and remove this cotter pin. Simply go ahead and just bend the tabs out, and then just pull this loop out, and then we'll go ahead and get to this castellated nut here. Pretty simple. Link right here, it's going to be a 14 mil. You're going to want to go ahead and put it on the top nut as well as the bottom nut. That'd be a 14 mil. The bushing and the nut both came out on the bottom here. I'm not going to take this whole thing off because basically once I pull this lower control arm off, all this is going to stay in place anyways. Okay, so on this side it's going to be an 18, and then on this side it's going to be a 7/8. Using a pickle fork for that ball joint. Okay, there it is. Here's a comparison, and this is what a rusty Michigan couple winters will do right there. There's that control, that's that control arm bushing that's busted. Yeah, it's not good, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and install this now. I'm not gonna show you guys the process on how to install the actual control arm. Obviously it's gonna be in the reverse order. I'll go ahead and put it on, and we'll go ahead and get right to the strut. It's pretty simple, guys. It's just, you just put it on. Just make sure that you line these bushings up. I just put a flathead screwdriver inside of there on the top, and then I kind of leveraged this bushing a little bit over so I can put that bolt through, and then just do it for this side as well. And that's pretty much it. I'll go ahead and put the wheel on, and we'll go ahead and get to the strut. So here's the strut right here. You're going to have the 2 bolts that are holding the strut to the knuckle right here. And then you're going to have the 3 bolts right here on the top and side of the engine. So you're going to have to pop the hood. So basically, really all you got to do is pull these 3, these 2 right here. And you know, guys, before I even start this job, I'm kind of noticing something right now. I'm not a strut expert, okay? But he said that the bracket is busted. I mean, it's a little deformed right there. But that's just a rubber bushing. That's not even a big deal. So, but I mean, guys, to me, the strut looks fine. It almost sounds like the dude's just trying to jip me so he can make more money off the job. So, and that's probably a pretty common thing that happens. So, you guys, just make sure that you know, if you're questionable before you say, "Hey, mechanic, go ahead and go for it." Make sure you look at the part, even though you may not know much about it. And just visually look at it, man. See if there's really anything wrong with it. Have the mechanic actually point it out to you and say, "Hey, show me what you're talking about here, so I can look at it." Because for all you know, that part could be completely fine, but now you're spending, you know, $500 or $600 extra dollars that you don't need to, and he's going to throw on a brand new part just so he can make a few extra bucks. I mean, I'm not saying that every mechanic's like that, guys, but you do have your shady ones. But I may have gotten that shady one just by looking at my strut. Okay, guys, on to the new strut. Now, what I will tell you, use the bolts that come with the new part. Make sure you guys do that, because the threading may be a little different on the studs there. Now we'll go ahead and line this bad boy up. If these bolts don't line up correctly, guys, you're gonna need a crowbar and some pry bars just to line everything up, because this shock will be pushed down a little bit, but just work with it. You'll be able to get it. Okay, guys, that'll do it for this video today. I hope you enjoyed the content. I saved $1,000. Really appreciate your guys' time. If this is your first time stopping into the channel, subscribe if you enjoyed the content. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.